Hello and good evening. This is Late Edition and I'm Gautam Roy. Well, it's International Women's Day tomorrow. 1 week of celebrations coming to an end. On occasions like these, we exalt women, celebrate their gender and also swear to help those who've not found their rightful place in society. But it all sounds hollow and meaningless when cases such as the one that has taken place at an orphanage in Kerala's Wayanad district come to the fore. 6 people have been arrested so far in Wayanad's Muttal for sexually abusing 7 minor girls. All are under the age of 15 years. The details are horrifying. The sexual abuse went on for over 2 months. The gang of rapists from a nearby shop lured the girls with sweets. They were forced to watch porn and then raped while being threatened of dire consequences if they told anyone. But the lid of the entire operation got blown off when one of the Wayanad orphanage staffers noticed one of the 7 girls coming back to the orphanage in tears. The police were brought into the picture and medical report confirmed rape. But what makes matters worse is that this incident has come just weeks after the arrest of a vicar in neighbouring Kandur district, Kottayur. He allegedly raped a 16-year-old girl over a period of time. His crime came to light only after she delivered his child. 7 other accused are in the matter. 5 of them, nuns and a doctor, are still absconding. So why does this happen again? There's a sickening sense of deja vu about it as well, and this urge to do something, but have we been able to put our finger on what needs to be done to address cases such as these that just keep multiplying each passing day? To talk about it, we have Rekha Agarwal with us, senior advocate in the Supreme Court and a noted women's activist. We also have Tina Sharma with us, another women's activist. Welcome to the show. First, to you, Rekha ji.
Thank you.
This sense of deja vu that we have, the sense of frustration, why have we not been able to channel it to address these matters to ensure that such cases don't keep recurring?
Unfortunate. The timing at which it has happened is extremely unfortunate, as you just pointed out that tomorrow is International Women's Day. And why do these things keep happening again and again? In fact, every day when you get up in the morning and along with your cup of morning tea or coffee, when you just go through the newspaper, every day such horrifying incidents of rape, of child abuse are coming to light. And what is worse is when you read about cases where the perpetrator of the crime is a person who was entrusted with the duty of looking after the child. And why do these things keep happening and day after day, despite the fact that there's such stringent laws to take care of such crimes? I guess there is, number one, that there is no fear of law. The biggest thing I feel that in our country, that though we have got a very elaborate and a very strong legal system, which if implemented can bring such culprits to book, but somehow there is a general apathy and a sense of, we cannot kind of mock at a legal system, that after all, our legal system is very slow, and what are we going to get ultimately out of it? The police can be managed, and sometimes some people even boast, they brag about it, that we can manage even the judges. So in a country like this, where the mindset is such that they think that justice can be bought, so there is a general feeling of mocking at the legal system, saying that by the time the case is tried in the court, most of the people would have kind of died there. The story is going to die its own death.
Any optimist would have thought that what you're saying was perhaps true till the last decade, but then 2012, what happened in Delhi changed a lot of things. Tina Sharma, why do you think what Rekha ji is saying right now is still being said even after what happened with that girl in 2012?
I completely agree with Rekha ji, since we all say that things have changed after 2012, but then we should not forget that only media has waken up. Of course, it's only the media who's awakened other people sitting on the ground, and only the activists, who can only shout, debate, and
but in 2012 people were out there in the streets lighting candles, marching, demanding justice.
But you must have not seen people last year and this year when Nirbhaya's mother sat at Jantar Mantar, and she was requesting people to come and participate in the dharna, we only had 15-20 women, hardly 15-20 women. So the I mean, if you talk about that, people have gathered and they've come out and they are more aware now. It's only the people like us, I mean, more activists, few activists, and the lawyers and come activists and the media. So I think this administration and government, they are sleeping.
And even the vast majority of people, they've not changed.
Yes,
they've not changed the way they look at women.
Yes.
They look at the other gender.
Yes, mindset hasn't changed, of course.
What do you have to say about this, Rekha?
What I would like to add to this is that, since you have brought back memories of 2012 and the massive, uprising that took place in Delhi, on the streets, everybody was in the streets. But, when thinking back and reflecting over those, it's been almost 5 years now, it's going to be 4.5 years have passed by. And I think that what happens is that we take comfort in numbers. It's kind of a mob mentality. Something has happened, something really drastic has happened to Nirbhaya, with utmost respect to the departed soul. But so many Nirbhayas have taken place even after that.
Yes.
And what happened? I mean, the subsequent crimes which are taking place are no less.
But the law was changed.
They're no less than that. And despite
certain
the
crimes
fact,
against women were criminalized, and they were stringent. They were made more stringent. But then again, still there is that retributive cry when you come across such cases that, hang the rapist, that cry comes again.
Absolutely.
Although we all know that it's not as rational as one would think at that moment.
Yes, I mean, there was a big mob fury at that time, and that, it's almost like, something there could have been, it was almost like a civil war, if I may say so.
It was retributive.
Yes, absolutely. And that's okay, hang them, chop them off, this, do this and do that, castrate them. All sorts of things came out. But the subsequent crimes which are taking place of rape are no less, they're no less, maybe worse. And the law has changed. There has been a very big amendment in the criminal law.
Yes.
The definition of rape has been widened.
And that's not the only thing that has changed. A lot of things are changing on the ground. There are women health centers. You're getting that panic button now on feature phones. All that the government is ensuring. There was this misconception that the Nirbhaya Fund is not being used. There's a clarification out there now that it is being used for specific purposes, and it's being piloted by the Women and Child Development Ministry. But we're a huge country. We're a lot of people, and it's difficult to get the message across, to get things moving on the ground, isn't it?
Absolutely. And, I mean, you just mentioned about the amendments which have taken place in the law. And the definition of Section 376, it is widened so much that it is no longer just a penetrative intercourse which a man may inflict upon a woman. Any kind of act, I mean, which may offend a woman is now comes in the definition of 376. I mean, what we call of the zero tolerance.
Tarun
Tejpal, yes. So, I mean, and then the POCSO law also at the same time. And of course, in this case of Kerala, it is a case of statutory rape, and POCSO is going to be implemented on this case like this. But, at the same time, if I may just comment that there's something very weird, or it's very sad what I have noticed in the last 5 years as a lawyer after the Nirbhaya cases, that, that, as I said, the two sides of the coin, the media has been, I mean, the media should, of course, should be commended for the way they picked up the matter, and had it not been for the way the media took it up, it wouldn't have reached those kind of gigantic proportions, even the Nirbhaya case, that it did, thanks to the information technology, etc. But there are certain things which were highlighted in the Nirbhaya case about the kind of penetrative assault that was inflicted upon her. I mean, there was no physical intercourse by the man, but the brutal attack which took place was with an iron rod. And believe me, I mean, I feel so shocked and saddened when I say that at the same time, it aroused a kind of morbid fascination for the forbidden in most men. And in the court, as a lawyer, I came across many, victims, and as I said, we use the word survivor, and many parents who complained that after this, they would say, ma'am, this man wanted to do the same thing that happened in Nirbhaya case. I mean, here we had a case of a person penetrating a lady with a rod, and over here they've been hearing cases of penetration with the candles.
We'll examine this further. We're taking a very short break in Late Edition at the moment, and we're talking about International Women's Day not really being celebrated the way it should be, in fact being completely turned on its head. Stay tuned to DD News.
सुबह सुबह इतनी जल्दी मचा रखी है? हाँ,
बाय पापा।
आप में से कौन कौन विदेश में हायर स्टडीज के लिए लोन लेना चाहता है?
मैडम इंटरेस्ट कितना होगा?
जो भी अल्पसंख्यक स्टूडेंट विदेश में पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट डिप्लोमा, मास्टर्स, एमफिल, पीएचडी जैसी हायर स्टडीज के लिए लोन लेना चाहता है, उसके इंटरेस्ट पर सरकार सब्सिडी दे रही है। यानी आपके एजुकेशन लोन का इंटरेस्ट अब सरकार चुकाएगी।
मदद हमारी, मंजिल आपकी।
सफलता के लिए चाहिए बंधनों से मुक्ति।
जीएसटी देश भर में उत्पादों के बाधा रहित प्रवाह और व्यापार की सुगमता के लिए।
जीएसटी, एक राष्ट्र, एक कर, एक बाजार।
Incredible India.
सफलता के लिए चाहिए बंधनों से मुक्ति।
जीएसटी देश भर में उत्पादों के बाधा रहित प्रवाह और व्यापार की सुगमता के लिए।
जीएसटी, एक राष्ट्र, एक कर, एक बाजार।
पेश है नए युग का नया महिंद्रा यूवो। इसका पावरफुल इंजन करे ऐसी जमीन पे भी ज्यादा काम जो पहले कभी नहीं हुआ। 15 गियर यानी अब हर काम होगा जल्दी। आधुनिक हाइड्रोलिक्स यानी हर बार 100% सटीक काम। महिंद्रा यूवो, ज्यादा जल्दी बेहतर।
सफलता के लिए चाहिए बंधनों से मुक्ति।
जीएसटी देश भर में उत्पादों के बाधा रहित प्रवाह और व्यापार की सुगमता के लिए।
जीएसटी, एक राष्ट्र, एक कर, एक बाजार।
Welcome back. We're talking about this disturbing case that has emerged in Kerala, in Wayanad district, where 7 girls in an orphanage were victimized by shopkeepers close to their orphanage, and well, rape has been confirmed, sexual abuse has been confirmed, but this is rampant in the country. This sort of crime against women has been growing, and a lot of onus is on the authorities really to ensure A, that rule of law is respected, and B, if somebody still errs, then people are brought to justice. Tina Sharma, you've been seeing things on the ground. What has been your experience? Has anything changed in recent years as far as that particular aspect is concerned?
Yes, what has changed is, we have more and more reporting in the police thanas. People are coming out. They're gathering courage to come out. Even mothers are, forcing their daughters if something happens to their daughters, or neighbors, or any girl in the
And is
vicinity.
the police also more sensitive
Yes, it is.
and
But
responsive?
then, no, police is not responsive. Don't tell me. Most of the cases they go haywire and they don't even get reported. No, it's,
Why
it's not
does that happen?
It's not
Why do
such.
cases go haywire?
No, because police try and discourage the victim. That's for sure, because we've seen, recently also we've seen one case where police was trying to escape the guy, the accused. So reporting is not that much which is there. Since, it comes in your NCRB data and police tries and escapes the more crime rate.
They don't want
So
to
that is
record it.
there,
They
of
don't
course.
want
And
to
the
keep a record.
execution of the law is again another portion where we need to work. Still we need to work. So even after JS Verma committee or reports, we found that women are being discouraged in the thanas, in the courts, even in the mediation centers, even at their own place with their parents. So that's there. But then execution, we really need to
Do you,
work out.
do you think these things that are being done, you know, the panic button, the one-stop center that the centers that are being set up, and other measures such as these, do you think these will help in combating this menace?
We can only say that something has started. You know, we didn't have anything in place. See Uttar Pradesh, see Bihar, where women is even at worst. You know, we strongly feel as a women, as a activist, you know, as lawyer, Rekha ji would say that, you know, something is happening. Something
You
has
named
moved
states
on.
that are among the
Has
top 5 in crimes against women.
Yes, that's there. Of course, that's been there.
Andhra Pradesh tops that list, in fact.
Yes.
Let me just add to what Tina
Yeah.
just said, you know, about the reporting. You know, though it has become an FIR can be registered against any, you know, a policeman on duty who just who doesn't register, who refuses to register a case. Yeah, but the mindset hasn't changed till yet. And what is most unfortunate is that, and I've had girls coming and complaining to me about this, that when they go to report a crime, particularly sexual abuse, most of the time there is a kind of again a kind of apathy, a kind of insensitivity to this whole thing, you know. There's a lack of sensitivity to it, and one of the reasons could be that you know, most of the, and I don't want to make a general statement, but talking of the north, since we are here, we are in Delhi, that most of our Delhi police, for example, you know, they come from the rural sectors. So in those kind of sectors,
Regardless of whether they're men or women.
they are men or women, and so the woman is supposed not to say no. Here on International
there was
Women's
this talk
Day,
about setting
we talk
up women's
about
police
yes,
stations.
we talk about zero.
You think that will also be made irrelevant?
It's, you know, first of all, the women's mindset also have to change. You know, here we have the cases of women, and just now, I mean, talking of Kerala, the highest literacy rate.
No guarantee for
No guarantee, because over here right now, when you're talking about Kerala, you know, here the nuns themselves are part of the gang.
Yes.
You know, were helping a man to commit a crime.
It was being covered
so
up.
It was, yeah. It's so now, when the women's mindset is such that they think that it is a man's birthright, you know, to rape a woman, and a woman is
Or
supposed to
force a
take it
woman
lying
to do
down.
so.
So the mindset, particularly in the police, has to be sensitized that despite the fact that the law says that refusal to register an FIR of sexual abuse is itself a crime, but even now, till date, most of the police, they register the complaint in a stereotyped manner, you know, in a very, in a mechanical manner. Okay, you come in, you've got a complaint, okay, just tell us the details, lest you complain about us that we did not register your complaint and did not convert it into an FIR. So the mindset has not changed, neither of the men, and especially since they come from the rural sector where they think that I'm a man and I can do whatever I want, and a woman is supposed not to say no. So what are we talking about? Zero tolerance on one hand, and on the other hand, we have a sector of our society which says a woman should accept it lying down, literally. You know, so this mindset has not changed
I
at
don't
all.
think women are in that phase anymore. Women do not accept things lying down.
Yes.
That much I think I can say for
Yes,
the other
I think
gender.
better. Yes.
But Tina Sharma, you were trying to add something.
I was saying that, you know, how many people, how many women know the laws, you know, whereas government is not spending much on making people aware about laws, whereas, you know,
that's the first thing, you know, before anybody else helps
but you,
women have to
Rekha
help
ji might be
themselves.
knowing law, I might be knowing law, but how many women? Are we talking about those 30% sitting on the ground without one-time meal? So I think we should we are not practical here, and we should also think that, you know, women can, I mean, they can go to police thana, they can beg, they can request.
No,
but
any
they cannot
woman would know.
ask.
Any woman would know that she's being touched wrongly or she's being eyed wrongly. Somebody is moving wrongly against her with a bad intent. That is common sense.
Yes, that's fine, but I'm trying to say something else. I'm saying that, you know, you can't hold a policeman responsible. That kind of courage we don't have today.
Okay.
Even if I go to Thana, I always request them first. 1 day, 2 day, I request them that, you know, please register this complaint. This is sensitive.
Madad
This
kariye
is done.
guys.
But then you can't hold them responsible. You can't force them. I mean, you need to really gather courage for it. I mean, probably I can do it, Rekha ji can do it, but the kind of rural, you know, the thing we have, or rural population we have, they can't go. I mean, a normal women cannot go and force a police wala to file the FIR. That's least we can think of, because the literacy isn't there. People do not know about laws. So that's
I think literacy has increased to a large extent, even in the countryside, and especially in a state like Kerala. But clearly, it's very complicated, the kind of response there is to women and particularly crimes against women. We'll talk further about it in late edition, taking a very short break at the moment. Stay tuned.
ये दवाएं जल्दी प्लीज, जल्दी कीजिए।
तुमने बिल तो लिया ही नहीं।
अरे जल्दी में हूँ ना।
पक्के बिल के बगैर सामान की घटिया या नकली पाए जाने पर ना तो उसे बदल पाएंगे, न ही किसी तरह की कानूनी क्षतिपूर्ति ही मिलेगी। दवाएं और खाने पीने की चीजें नकली होने से तो जिंदगी भी खतरे में पड़ सकती है।
सही बात है, आप बिल दीजिए।
जब भी पैसे दें पक्का बिल हाथों हाथ लें।
अपना एक मकान हो, अपनी एक कार हो और साथ में कारोबार हो, पंजाब नेशनल बैंक के साथ ये सारे सपने साकार हो। PNB, मेरा अपना बैंक।
अगर कोई बच्चा आपके यहाँ काम कर रहा है तो आप भी अपराधी हैं।
भैया 2 कोल्ड ड्रिंक देना।
30 रुपए दे दो।
पर MRP के हिसाब से तो सिर्फ 24 रुपए हुए।
MRP को छोड़ो, ठंडा करने के लिए बर्फ भी तो लगता है।
पर आप MRP से ज्यादा नहीं ले सकते, ये गलत है।
जी हाँ, MRP जानना हर ग्राहक का हक है।
अगर कोई दुकानदार MRP से अधिक डिमांड करे तो उसके खिलाफ अपने राज्य के विधिक माप विज्ञान विभाग में शिकायत करें। आप नेशनल कंज्यूमर हेल्पलाइन की भी मदद ले सकते हैं। जागो ग्राहक जागो।
कल से तू काम करने नहीं, पढ़ाई करने जाएगा।
चंद सिक्कों के लिए इन मासूम कंधों पर बोझ न डालें। ये देश का भविष्य है, इन्हें मजबूत बनाएं।
प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम सड़क योजना ने हम गांव वालों के लिए तरक्की के रास्ते खोल दिए।
सड़क के गड्ढों की फोटो खींच रहे हो, कोई खास बात है क्या?
अरे काका, मेरे मोबाइल फोन में मेरी सड़क ऐप है, जिससे प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम सड़क से जुड़ी कोई भी जानकारी सरकार तक भेजी जा सकती है। सड़क से जुड़े सुझाव या शिकायत पर सरकार वाजिब कार्यवाही करती है।
प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम सड़क से जुड़ी कोई भी बात, मेरी सड़क एंड्रॉइड ऐप अब हर पल मेरे साथ।
Welcome back to Late Edition. We're speaking with Lekha Agarwal and Tina Sharma, two formidable women, about the horrific case that has emerged in Kerala of the rape of 7 minor girls in an orphanage by a bunch of shopkeepers. Really, that's the pits. And Lekha Agarwal, if we were to take this further, you're talking about how to address this mindset that is at the root of the problem, because the fear of the law is not doing it. What exactly does one need to do?
First of all, the mindset can be changed not with education or just with literacy alone, but it begins from the house. So we'll have to kind of first change our boys, you know, and change our girls also. And real education begins at home. So I guess if the proper parenting is done, of course,
these
that
girls
will be
had no home. They were in an
had no
orphanage.
home at all. Yeah,
the orphanage
and that's why, and that's why it becomes worse. The staff should have been, you know, they're the guardians, they're the custodians over there of these little girls who have got no parents. So there was a double duty cast upon them. And talking about as to how can there ever be a change in mindset, I think that we'll have to start at the grassroots level, and that is at the bottom. You know, if you're talking about our own children at the house, at the school level, and in places, like schools and colleges and hostels and these, orphanages, where the children are there hoping that they are in a safe place. There's a double duty cast upon their guides, and their guardians to look after them. And, I just want to add to what Tina ji had been talking about this earlier before you took the break, that awareness, lack of awareness. And I do second that there is absolutely lack of awareness less about our laws. You know, we use the word rape, we use the word balatkar, but what exactly does rape mean? What is balatkar? You know, I mean, not everybody knows about it. Probably most people have an idea of what this heinous crime is from what they see in movies, you know, especially Hindi movies, you know. So where they kind of glorify the whole act. And Section 376.
People even don't use that word. They just say bura kaam hua.
Bura kaam kiya. You know, and what is bura kaam? You know,
Ganda kaam.
Ganda kaam kiya. What is bura kaam?
If you make it such a taboo, you can't talk about it, then it's a problem addressing it.
How do, and I mean, people, I think most people would be shy of even using the actual terms for the human organ, you know, for the male organ or for the female organ. Girls would be shy about using the actual words. So they'll just say, us aadmi ne mere sath ganda kaam kiya. You know, but what, to the extent which he did the ganda kaam, it's not a ganda kaam, it's a crime. So the girl has to be, the children have to be taught from you know, as soon as they learn and understand that the bura kaam is not just, you know, fondling or touching or playing around. It comes with the definition of 376, any kind of physical or, you know, physical or sexual abuse of the child in any manner whatsoever, and it may not be playing around with the, you know, with the genital organs only. It could be penetration or touching with any other foreign object also.
So one needs to talk about it.
We need to talk about it, and also at the same time, just one more minute I'd like to take on this.
We only
that we don't know about POXO Act. Not many people know that what is the POXO Act, which has come for the protection of children, and what is, and that any person who perpetrates a crime, especially people who are the guardians of the custodians of the orphanage, if they commit such a kind of a crime, it is supposed to be kind of a double crime that they've committed, and they can be punished for life.
Quick comment from you, Tina.
I think we should be, it's high time that, you know, we should be stop portraying women as a commodity on TV channels. These condom ads and, you know, Sunny Leone flaunting her body during the day even. So this should stop immediately. That's the reason, you know, men try and enjoy, even during the rape, they try and enjoy women's body in such a manner where they brutalize and
yes, absolutely.
Yes, that should stop immediately. Government should take stringent action on this
and have some workshops, some legal, you know, legal guidelines about what is it.
Then people will say that it's become a nanny state, won't they?
No, I think there should be a limit to everything. I mean, earlier we used to see these ads, you know, coming later in the night after 11 o'clock.
I guess that we'll have to leave that to the government to decide what it wants to do in terms of future course of action in addressing these, well, at the base of it, their social issues which, left unaddressed, lead to crimes such as these that has happened in Kerala. We'll have to end it here at the moment. Thanks a lot for joining us. And stay tuned to DD News for all the latest.
Thanks.